Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ellison Cruz and welcome back to Hey Pikmin. Last time we started our adventure by crash landing on a foreign hostile planet known as post-apocalyptic Earth, and we started our first expedition, and that took a little bit longer than I thought it might, so we're gonna go ahead and get going by taking a quick look as Pixel's jumping off the couch to secret spot number 1. Now we'll be encountering quite a few of these throughout our journey, and for the most part, they're mostly there to increase your Pikmin count, and they're not required or necessary by any stretch of the imagination. There's something valuable there, but I don't see how you can get to it. If only I could be of some sort of help. We might be able to figure out a way. Just take your time and think carefully. Thanks for the vote of confidence there, old dolphin number 2. So, we're gonna go climb up this novel concept known as a vine. Our Pikmin can follow us up here and go and toss them out this way, use our jetpack, and then toss them all up and collect the 8 pellets. You need all of your Pikmin available in order to grab it, but once we do, we just have to wait for their genuinely perfectly programmed AI to drop it off on our heads and collect it. Is that what I think it is? Why, yes, sir, it definitely is. It's a pellet. If we take this back to the onion, we can make more Pikmin. What do you say, Captain Olimar? We can always use more Pikmin at work in the park. Just all of this physical, manual, involuntary labor. It's free, and it's just so useful. Thanks, guys. So as you could imagine, 8 red pellets give us 8 more Pikmin that are red. It didn't really specify that, but cool. Thank you so much. So those will appear every so often, not really important, but I'll be showing as many as possible, I guess. But now that that's done, we can actually continue on with the story in Cavernous Confusion. The newly introduced yellow Pikmin joining the fray, just kind of hanging out in the trash. Not exactly sure what they're doing there, but still having a great time. Cavernous Confusion. I have no idea why it's called this. But that's alright. What a curious place to drop me off. Considering you're a spaceship and you decided to go into the cavern. But anyways, we've got ourselves the lovely nesting homes of the yellow Pikmin. How's it going, guys? Captain Olimar, you found some yellow Pikmin! They're resistant to electricity, you know. Yeah, I could have probably guessed, but thanks. Their other strength is that they're very light. If you need to get Pikmin up high, it's yellow ones you want. Cool. Well, thank you so much. We'll go and toss it at this sand wall there and continue forward. We're going to be introduced to a lot of upper screen management here by tossing them up high, and they'll be really useful. So we'll remember that for the future as we're encountering more bread bugs. Damn, I really wish I didn't have to kill you, but it's in our nature. Alright, well, I guess we'll go and recruit these fine young fellows and exact revenge on these spore-dropping assholes. They aren't particularly difficult. You just have to avoid their purple puffs and you're done with them. Half the time you don't even have to kill them, so... Ooh. Also gonna be dropping stones due to the immense weight of Olimar. Perfect. Alright, and we'll also grab some health. Just in case Olimar happens to take damage, we get some heart fruit and we'll be fine. Excuse me, sir, I would appreciate it if you were dead. Thank you. And now we're gonna go and butt stomp the hell out of this peg. There we go. And we're done with the first room. Perfect. Whew. Now this area has some really nice music, despite being in a cave. And ooh, this guy. Alright, you know what? You're sleeping. I'm sorry I have to end you this way, but at least he died as he lived, dreaming on his stomach and dead. Perfect. Now this guy. For some reason, the sand beneath him didn't drop while he was standing on it, but you throw one Pikmin at it and it's just gone. So Olimar just has the arm of an Olympian, apparently. But with that, we drop down a moon ring, and it's our consolation prize. It's the friend zone marriage ship ring, I guess. And we're fine. Ooh, one of these guys dropping down. One of my least favorite things is always having to glance up at the top screen to make sure I don't get any sheer grubs falling down on me, or just any other obnoxious enemies that in other Pikmin games could not damage you, like female shearwigs. They can't hurt you, but in this game, anything that you touch will kill you. Also, some of my yellow Pikmin fell down there. Which gives us to our next point. Red alert, Captain Olimar, literally. Do you see how the icon above turned red? That means there's a lost Pikmin or two somewhere. That's no good. Whatever would they do without the sound of a whistle to guide them through life? If we don't find them fast, yes, they will die. This is just a dead end. There's something underneath us. I don't know why they put that there, but let's make sure they don't perish under our watch and call it good. Don't know how you guys got over there. So toss that right there, leave him behind for a brief moment as we are introduced to one of my favorite treasures thus far. There's a lot of really good explanations here. We've got the chicken of the sea, the ultra sealed aquarium tuna can. It's so good. And a lot of other ones are just like moderately clever. I don't know. One of my favorite parts about the Pikmin universe is the charming names that they come up with the treasures, just because Olimar doesn't really have that perception of depth that we do. So let's go grab some more health and get introduced to secret walls. It's kind of irritating because you won't always know where they are until it's too late, and a lot of the times they're not super necessary. It's just to collect seeds sometimes, and at other points you'll actually be able to find alternate exits to the stages. So keep in mind that that's basically your only replayability as far as the game goes, is just finding those secret walls and hopefully getting some good rewards out of it. Namely, other stages that you otherwise probably wouldn't be able to find. Let's ignore this guy and move on. It'd be nice if you guys could stop dropping all that nonsense on us, as we're joined by 4 more Pikmin. How's it going, guys? Alright, so both of these guys we should probably take out, so this one's gonna be a weirdo. Luckily, the projectiles do die when we take out the source of their innocence. And once we get this third little piece into place, there we go, make it a little bit easier to throw up there, and we're good. The upper part of my touch screen is a little non-responsive, so hopefully that doesn't screw us up too much. And I think some of my Pikmin got left behind. I really hope that's not the case, as we get the final treasure. So, ooh, that's gonna need a lot. And, oh, those definitely missed. So, when you whistle and a Pikmin happens to be carrying an object, such as those stone tablets or a treasure, they will not come back to you unless they get stuck, and it's kind of annoying in that sense. And something that might cause them to fall to their death if there's a pit or an enemy ahead of them. I don't know. It's odd. Anyways, here we have the Peace Missile. The first time I played this, I actually thought that was a blunt, and I feel like Peace Missile for a pen or calligraphy sort of marker is probably not the greatest harbinger of peace that I've seen. It's more like war than anything. What do we got here? Oh, the little bread bug. Nice. So yeah, this game really does like to rely a lot on those mini cutscenes to kind of have a little bit of humor in them, which is, it's cute. I like them. There's a couple that genuinely made me smile, and you'll see them in almost every level. So it's good that they kind of retain the Pikmin humor aspect of the game. Over here, we have another secret path, and if I'm not mistaken, if we go to the right, we'll find the true exit to the stage, quote unquote. But this one, if you have at least 16 Pikmin, we'll be able to continue and get the secret exit. So we'll do this one first, since I didn't want to have to destroy that enemy. And with that, we've reached the end. Awesome. It reminds me a lot of Star Fox and being able to get those alternate endings. I've detected some sparklium in that hidden area. Let's check it out. Sure thing. More confetti, more shining sparkles and lights everywhere. Disco party for Pikmin and Captain Olimar. So, we found all the treasures in Sector 1, Area B, and we will be returning here probably in the next part and getting that actual real ending, quote unquote. It'll all lead to the same place, but still. So with that, we have accrued a grand total of 762 sparklium, which is really nice. And on top of that, we encountered our first yellow Pikmin, so that's also really nice. And we didn't lose any, so that's great. It makes me sad anytime I see a Pikmin die. But hey, we gotta keep that streak from Pikmin 2 going, right? I didn't lose a single one throughout that entire game, nor the challenge mode, so I'm pretty proud about that. Yellow Pikmin have arrived in the park. You can send them to areas with lots of electricity. They don't mind. I mean, I think they don't. Maybe they just don't have pain receptors? I don't know. But we're gonna go have them help out old red Pikmin over here first. Mostly because this is the only area they can have us explore for the time being. Where they seem to have no problem just hopping in and doing their job. Well done. Whew. So that was the Cavern of Confusion. All the treasures collected, not a single Pikmin lost, and that leads us to a brand new area. Instead of going to 1C, we have an interesting looking sign. I wonder what it says. Well, maybe if you had eyes or visual receptors of some kind, you would know that we're on our way to Area X. That just sounds so out of place for an area that is actually Cherrystone Path. Man, feels good to be back outside. And right off the bat... Oh, poor Pikmin getting scared off by the swooping snitch bugs. So something to kind of point out here is that unlike other Pikmin games, which seems to be the recurring theme of this game, is that you don't pick any of the Pikmin. It's kind of unusual that they're already spawned, and you can never have multiple maturities in your squad at any given point. They will always be the same. And we've got ceiling shearwigs, I think? I don't remember which ones they are exactly. It's been a while since I've brushed up on my terminology on the enemies, but believe me, some of these enemies are ingrained in my mind. And over here, you kind of learn that you can go ahead and go between vines. It's quite nice. Let's go take this sucker out. He's just kind of moping around, minding his own business. And we'll grab the rest of these. It is pretty inconsequential to be collecting all of these seeds. They're not really entirely necessary if you're just going for treasure. Those will definitely be where most of your worth is, and the bonus stages. So going out of your way to collect all of these almost doesn't feel very rewarding. I don't know, but we'll still do it just so that we can enjoy some of these beautifully lush stages. Damn it, Donnie, why'd you have to go and get greedy? We have plenty here at home. Aw, the little other Pikmin's like, it's okay, don't worry about it. It was only 3 seeds. It's not like we really needed them, all things considered. Oh, nice. Alright, so let's keep on going. I think over here we will collect 4 more. How's it going, fellas? So you're hiding over there in the bushes. Very nice of you to join us. And there's actually some missing. How did that happen? Who did I leave behind? Donnie, I'm sorry. Sometimes I just get upset and you happen to be there when everything goes to hell, so I'm sorry. I'm not trying to take out my anger on you. I want you all to get through this alive and well. But first you gotta do something for me, and that's take out one of these guys. They really are pushovers. Every enemy in this game, even most of the bosses. There have been some kind of clever ones, like some of the Bulborbs and or I guess Bulbear, huh? Over here, this is a puzzle, obviously. We can't climb on that, so let's wait. And here we go. Distribute the weight evenly. For some reason, 4 Pikmin are enough to raise 10 others and a giant stone. Sometimes the physics in this game just don't make any sense, man. But we can go call them over, and there we go. What do you guys got for us? The preservation door. 1 gigabyte of full, unadulterated information at our fingertips. And it's the size of Olimar's bed. Nice. Alright, let's keep on going. This is gonna be great. Keep on heading right and... oh god, these things coming from the ceiling. Get out of here. Sheer grubs. You don't belong in this world. How dare you? You don't live on ceilings. When have you ever been in a ceiling? Actually, if we head right, I think this is where the final stash of Pikmin is. Most of the levels in this game are extremely easy, and you won't really have to play them more than once to find all of the alternate areas, but most of the time they are actually just dead ends, so. Aww. Were they like burrowed inside of a cigar holder? I don't know. It seems like very inundated how they just kind of happen to be where they are. I don't know what to tell you, man. Let's head down here, and if I'm not mistaken, we will actually be, whoops, did not mean to fall into the sleeping den of the enemy here. Cool, alright, I guess I can fall from there. That's good to know. Let's go ahead inside this cave. Are you with me? Wonderful. Ah, treasure number 2. So we're just gonna bring down these vines. For some reason, once you have your Pikmin take them down all the way, they stay down, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me because I feel like nature would cause them to go back up or something, but it's fine. We won't question the Nintendo logic that appears in these games. I feel kind of uncertain that the developers of this game actually even played previous Pikmin game, but that's okay because the Despairosphere tells us that that is irrelevant. Pikmin's Pikmin, and I am going to love it regardless. Cool. Alright, so let's continue. On to the right, the east, and this will actually take us where we need to go, I think, as long as we don't get death from above. I think sometimes they can fall down on you, but otherwise they just burrow back into the ceiling, which is kind of unusual. Okay. So at this point, you want to make sure you have all 20 of your Pikmin at your disposal, and we're going to head to the right here. As you can already see on the upper screen that our good friend, the SS Dolphin 2, is already here. So 16 Pikmin there, we can go over here and take out another baddie. And you definitely want to do this because, ladies and gentlemen, we've got ourselves a bona fide regular NES game. And it's Ice Climbers. Revenge fantasy. Oh. This game is just blowing my mind. Alright, let's get the hell out of here. We are done, and we can finally end off with what we're going to do here. So, I'm satisfied. It's very warm in here, and I want to take a break, although, okay, he did burrow back up. I was wondering if he was going to drop down or not. I didn't want to be in the line of fire of just dead weight falling on my head, crushing me, and probably other Pikmin, since they're basically the most fragile things in existence. But with that, we've done it. Nice. So Area X has been explored and completed. So let's see what we got. Alright, so one of the treasures didn't give as much as they would in other levels. It's kind of randomized in that sense, so we didn't get as much as we did in the last stage, but that's okay because we brought 20 Pikmin to the park, and we also upped our Sparklium to above 2,000, which if you guys remember, Ship told us that he'd be able to upgrade something in our future. So that's awesome. Look at Olimar doing his little dance moves. He's so excited. We now have the radar map, quite possibly the most useless function in this entire game. Our next upgrade comes at 6,000 Sparklium, which will be a little more useful, to say the least, but the radar is so archaic and so blocky that it's just not even worth showing. Maybe if I'm confused about something, I'll glance at it, but otherwise it's just not great. Don't neglect the side paths. There could be something special on them. Give them a look when you're able. Sure, but considering how we're running slightly over, next time on Hey Pikmin, we are not going to be entering Back and Forth Road. Instead, we will be going to the next secret area and also retreading old ground and seeing what the alternate path would have originally led to had we decided to go with that course of action. My name is Allison Cruz. Thank you guys so much for joining. I'll see you guys next time.